Hello, my juicy beings. Today we have my beautiful friend Lourdes. And recently she told me, like, no one understands the dolphin language.
That's true. When you were talking dolphin, nobody understands dolphin language.
No one.
Only a few people.
Only special people. Yeah, and a lot of people have been telling me about Lourdes, that she's so amazing, she's so incredible. And I wanted actually to ask you, like, what makes you so unique in your business and everything what you do, and how do you actually how do you bring out this message of joy and juicy in your work?
By being me, because I don't know how to be anything else. Everybody else is taken, yeah? So I just have to be me. And I think life is a game and we're here to play. So if I can play with everybody, I'm happy. And that's why I think everybody feels that when they meet me, they meet me.
Yeah, so how do they play you?
How do they play with me?
Yeah, how do you bring this play into your work?
I think we take life too seriously. Sometimes.
100%.
Most of the time
100%.
we take life too seriously. Something I heard this morning from Skip Kelly, brilliant guy, by the way.
Yeah.
He said, real needs, real problems are the physical problems. Whether you have a roof over your head, whether you have food, whether a lion is going to come and get you. The rest of it is just made up problems in our heads.
Yeah, 100%.
And very few people have the guts to say that, because of course we go through hell and back and emotional turmoil, all that stuff. So, but it's true. If you have a beautiful surrounding, if you have food, if you have safe environment, the rest of it we can work through. It's like you don't need to worry so much about anything else. We do, and I do as well, but you have to remember quickly that everything just passes. It doesn't really matter if you have food, if you have a roof over your head, if you have people next to you, if you have connection, and you have the feeling that you belong. Everything else is just a game to play. We're in a play. We just, you can be playful with your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what actually unapologetic and authentic means to you, like in your work? And why is it important?
It's very important.
Yeah.
Unapologetically.
Authentic.
It means being authentic, and that's something that I've learned recently, actually, through the Ignite book that I wrote. Yeah. It's about showing how vulnerable you are. Showing vulnerability for me was really hard.
Why?
Because it made me feel that I wasn't enough. If I showed the world how vulnerable I was, the world was going to think that I wasn't enough, and for some weird reason implanted in my head, you need to feel strong and you need to feel that you can cope with anything that's coming your way.
Yeah.
And then when things in your life don't go your way and you crack and you fall down in a black hole, showing my vulnerability made me feel that you can get in contact with that courage. It takes balls to show how. It takes balls.
Or tits.
I have balls. I have
I got
balls
tits.
inside me. I mean, it doesn't
Where?
matter if they're not out, but they are balls. Like all these people about
The ovaries.
Yeah, exactly. I have loads.
Yeah.
So loads of little balls. Anyway, so they don't have to be hanging out, So that's what made me feel that being authentic and being unapologetically vulnerable in front of the world, so scary, by the way, so scary, still terrified. But I do it anyway, and it pays off. Because then you connect with people's emotions and the same level, and whatever you feel somebody else has felt before, and then suddenly you feel like you're not alone, that you belong. And that is what we're here for. We're here to be seen, to be recognized, to be valued, to be accepted how we are, unapologetically imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Intuition. Tell me how you use your intuition in your work.
Intuition is the key to life. Just like tap into your own intuition. There's many ways of tapping into your intuition. You choose.
What is your best way, like, for the beginners to tap into your intuition?
Go inside, connect with your breathing and listen, because the answer is always there. Actually, when you listen to somebody speaking in your head, that sounds really weird. I mean, I know if you have voices in your head, maybe but that voice inside you that goes, no, you shouldn't do this, you should do that, or no, or yes, go for it. and your mind goes, oof, no, let me analyze it for a minute.
Yeah.
The intuition is the moment before you start analyzing it. When you know that you're analyzing it, too late. Before you start analyzing it, that message that got to you in the weirdest form, that's it, that's your intuition. And if you go for it, your life will be, a lot more authentic again.
Yeah. So through intuition, by listening to this voice, you get your most authentic self that then can be joyful, then can have fun, and then can follow the real flow.
You know what? It's not even only about being joyful or having fun. It's about feeling alive every minute of your day. And sometimes you might be sad, and sometimes you might be angry or anxious or stressed out or pissed off, whatever. But it's about feeling it. It's about not being in an automatic pilot so you don't feel your life. Yeah. It's about actually feeling it. And hopefully it'll be a lot of joy in your life. But sometimes there's going to be anger, and there's going to be anxiety, and there's going to be fear, and there's going to be sadness, and you have to feel that as well. And not try to change it. You're not the weather, you are the sky that is holding the weather. Okay, this is Jeff Foster. If you haven't read Jeff Foster, and by the way, I want Vision to bring him next year. If you haven't read him, he's an amazing guy. Yeah. And he says like, you are not the weather will pass, the storm, the sun, you are the sky holding the weather. Clouds, so just like you just feel like the sky, that voice in you that goes, okay, it's okay, you can feel sad for a minute, hold yourself, hold that moment, hold sadness, it will pass. And it will come back again, but maybe not as strong.
Because so you know how to hold it.
Because you allow it to be. Everything that you don't allow to be will come back, push
with
and push
more
and push
resistance.
And push with more resistance.
Yeah.
But if you allow it to be and to just go, oh yeah, I'm sad, oh I'm anxious, I'm like, okay, that's okay. It's like a little in the story that I wrote for that book, the Ignite book. I said that it's like a little kid having a tantrum in the supermarket, and the mother is like, oh my God, What does it do? If a mother goes and shouts at the kid and tries to stop it, what's the kid gonna do? The kid is gonna shout even more.
Yeah, it's amplifying everything.
So if you go down on your knees and you try to hold the kid, and the kid will be shouting and screaming until you hold him down and you calm him down, it'll be much quicker. The weather will pass, the storm will wither away much quicker. Yeah. That's it. We have to do that with ourselves because we throw big tantrums. I throw big tantrums with myself. And
what do you do? What is the biggest tantrum you throw?
I don't know. The biggest tantrum I throw tantrums every day probably, but I don't know. But I look at myself in the mirror and I go, Lourdes, in Spanish, histerismos los justos. It's like, enough of being hysterical. Just like, let it go. And I look at myself in the mirror, which is really weird, and you look at your eyes and you go, it's enough. It's like, okay, it's enough.
It's actually parent yourself.
It's a parenting myself. It's talking to the crazy curly hair girl that was completely bonkers and goes, shh, it's okay, you can cry, but come on, just let it go.
Oh, that's beautiful. So tell me more about success.
Success. What is success?
What is success for you? Like
success for me is having balance in your life. So that's a very personal thing. Balance between your relationships, between your family life, between your friendships, between the space where you live, and having balance between all that and the message that you want to share with the world. Like you have to listen to your soul through intuition. And listen to your soul and what message that soul has to share into the world. So if you could do that and make it something that people can relate to, and actually they pay you for it, that is beautiful, because then you'll have all the balance. But you have to have the balance of your relationships and your sense of belonging first. For me.
What is the sense of belonging?
Sense of belonging, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you belong to a little, to a society or to a place, or to the sense of belonging in the world. That you have to feel that you came here, and you are, just because you are here, you are worthy. You are enough, and you are worthy. And I belong in this life. I belong in this incarnation. I belong in this situation. This is the perfect moment and I couldn't be anywhere else. That sense of belonging. Does it make sense?
Yeah, sense of belonging is very important because it grounds you down and you feel you have the earth under you, and
Yeah.
you feel through the sense of belonging, you have this presence, and from this present moment you can really go and create whatever you want to create.
Exactly, and you said something that, you know, the feeling of belonging in the earth, like, you know, the meditation that I teach in Mind Touch is just about the core, the heart, and the mind, and how you have to align the three main energy centers.
The core,
your
the
core,
mind.
your heart, and your mind. So
the belly.
your core
Yeah.
grounds you, and it makes you, you know,
Hara,
it's the
yeah.
sense of,
Solar
it's the sense of,
plexus,
lower
will.
than the solar plexus. It's your blood, your identity, your tribe, your ancestors, the sense of belonging in this earth,
yeah.
your creativity, your strength, you know, the Mother Earth coming through. The heart is how you compare, how you share your love and how you receive it. So
Yeah.
and your mind is how you know, like, the logic of how you navigate in this world, but how you connect with your higher self as well. Some people are very connected with the higher self, but they don't have any ground. I don't know. I'm not looking at anybody. I don't know you enough. I don't know you enough. I don't know. Some people wander around with love all over the place, and they vomit all their emotions all over the place, and they don't have any ground, and they're definitely not connected. And some people are really grounded,
Yeah, love them.
but you know, grounded, but they are disconnected from their higher self, so they are too kind of earthy. The ideal is to live in harmony. You have to connect the three points. So that meditation is really powerful to do it really quickly with 3 breaths, but you have to connect the 3 points. You're like a tree, or for me, the best analogy, the best image is a lighthouse. You're like a lighthouse. You are grounded, connected to the rock, you know, to the ground. You are giving that message of love constantly, and like with the same kind of message, no up and down, the same kind of message, and you are connected to the light. So that is, for me, every time I feel out of my midline, out of my center, I see myself as a lighthouse. I have a special lighthouse that I see myself, like in Menorca, and there's a lighthouse that's beautiful, and it's my special one. And I'm there again, and I feel like I'm connected to the ground, and I just connected to the light and giving this message, giving and receiving message of love.
So good. What is the yummiest moment that you had recently?
The
yummiest
yummiest
moment that you would like always, you know, to bring into your life so that you will feel alive? What is that yummiest
The yummiest moment, I mean, I don't know if we call it yummy, but I had a beautiful connection last week. We were in a boat trip. We were in the caves. We were swimming. Beautiful. I'm not very good in the water, but it was really nice. You know, the people that know me, they know me that I'm a bit of a cat. So the water is like, okay, but I love it. So, but we were swimming under the rocks, and we came into this beautiful cave. Remember? And I got really. It was a beautiful moment, but I was so cold. I was shivering. Like I was really cold. And these 2 amazing goddesses, these 2 amazing women, they came. It was Kim and Henry, the
Hermine?
Yeah, Hermine. They came without saying anything. They hold me between them, like they give me the best hug ever. They were holding me, and suddenly my whole body relaxed, and I felt like, oh my God, I am looked after by beautiful sisters. That sisterhood is so important, by beautiful goddesses, and by like it does. I don't have to be scared because I will always have these women around me that they will manifest in different bodies, but it's that sisterhood that I have, and that was one of the yummiest moments in Mind Valley. I had loads of beautiful moments, but that stayed with me because in the moment where I was cold and I was feeling, oh my God, I need to get out of here, they hold me, they supported me, and they made me feel at home, and that was so beautiful. And I, you know, forever grateful, because that's the other thing I told about my story. My story was about losing the women, the most important women in my life. I'm feeling very orphaned. I didn't have the most important women in my life anymore, my sister, my mom. And these women made me feel like they're still with me. They're still with me. They look after me wherever I am.
Thank you so much
anyway.
for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty of it, because actually, like, through my travels, I have figured out that actually the roles that we have in our families, we always meet in our people, in other people around.
True.
And this is so beautiful that you just share that.
True.
Actually, if we're opening ourselves towards to receive that love from other people, we're always
it's
actually
always there. Yeah.
It's always there, and we always actually meet those roles
Now
in other people.
exactly.
As you say.
You that's exactly the message. When you're feeling scared of sharing your vulnerability, you close yourself, and you're not allowing all that love to come to you. When finally you have the courage to share that pain, there's always the people there that are gonna come and support you and help you and make you feel at home again.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so yummy. The tears in the camera. That's so yummy. That's so alive.
That's yummy. Yeah.
Oh, love it. Oof. What is the next thing that you're waiting and looking forward?
I'm looking forward to going home. I love it here, but I'm looking forward to going home and give big hugs to my boys and my husband and everybody there. But in the next stage,
in your work, in your expression.
in my work, I was gonna say in my stage or in my work, in my personal growth, I'm looking forward to implementing everything I learned here first.
What is going to be?
What's going to be is I'm going to actually share my story and relate it to my work in a deeper way, because instead of selling my product, which I've been selling until now, that product came from my story, and I didn't.
What's the story?
The story of of loss, and the story of reconnecting with with women or with people in general, and the story of connection. And I'm looking forward to shifting the way I connect with people through my story, because I think that is very important, because at the end it's true that whatever people are gonna remember us for how are we gonna make them feel, not what we're gonna tell them to do, but how we're gonna make them feel when we are with them. So that's why I'm looking forward to sharing this with a bigger audience. I have loads of ideas now that I'm going to implement as soon as I get home, and I have some sleep because see my baggy eyes?
Oh, everyone has. Come on.
Oh, there's
Everyone is here.
It's okay. They're beautiful baggy eyes because I had a really nice time, and
Your light is so shiny. No one sees your
it doesn't matter.
Physical body. Stop it.
So I'm looking forward to do that, to going home and actually really going even more raw with my emotions and my authenticity and my vulnerability, and going, come on everybody, you can connect with me because I know that you feel the same.
So beautiful. Wow. So what is your message from your heart towards everyone?
Message from my heart? Message from my heart is always the one of connection. Connection is the basis of everything. And the feeling that the feeling of isolation or separation is just an illusion. So we are not really separated from anything else. We're just one. We can be individuals with our own colors and our own voice and our own music, because I think everything is music. Everything is frequency. We all have our own music. It's like energy is frequency. We are, we relate to each other through frequency, so we can all vibrate in our own, with our own music. Singing our own song, but the whole orchestra is just one. So the message is that we are not alone. We are not alone.
We're all together. So what is like for you, like to finish up a beautiful chat, what do you think the world needs to stop doing and start doing?
Oh, that's a very nice question, very hard question. Stop separation and think in terms of unity.
So how, like, give me a practical rooted example of separation.
Nationalities and religions and colors and gender and sexuality. Sometimes, and this is, are we going to share this or not? Because this is very,
always 100% radical
Really?
transparency. Go for it.
I'm not sure. I'll go
Go
for
for it. Go
Most
for
of
it.
the times, I don't even feel like a woman. I feel neutral. I feel like I'm an individual.
Yeah.
And I put on the women's thing sometimes, but most of the time I don't really feel like I'm a woman. I feel like an individual. And I could be a man, I could be an alien, I could be a woman, I could be whatever. I don't think like that. And then I put it on and off, but it's not, the real me is just neutral.
Yeah.
And I think that
the spirit has no gender.
The spirit has no gender, and I feel like that is something that I will always feel like everybody should try it sometime. Just like get rid of all labels. I'm not saying it's easy, yeah, because I have lots of labels as well. That I peel them off, and then suddenly they appear again stuck in my forehead.
Okay, what is your favorite label? What is the favorite label?
Favorite label is I'm a woman, and I'm from the Basque country, and I'm supposed to be, a strong matriarchal kind of woman.
Yeah, cultural conditioning.
Cultural division. And I buy into it. I buy into it so much, and then I catch myself. I think, hey, that's just a lot of like fluff. For saying another word.
Love, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's the one thing. It's just let's get rid of all these labels. Doesn't matter that much.
What is like the best way for you, or what was like the best technique how you got rid of all those levels?
Travel.
Get out of your country.
Travel as much as you can. Relate to people from other countries, from other genders, from other way of thinking, other universes, speak dolphin language, whatever. Learn other languages, just see how beautiful the whole world is. If you don't want to travel, if you don't like traveling, now with the internet, with with all the social media, you can actually travel from your sofa, from your living room. But learn from other people, and don't think that you know it all just because you have an identity that is already formed. Your identity can change. Your temperament, that's what you're born with. Your personality and your identity changes all the time.
And you can choose that.
And you can choose that. You can choose the next stage of your life, how you're going to present yourself to the world.
Yeah.
So learn from other people and be, open to new possibilities. The world is full of new possibilities. Just be open to it. Like the 5 principles of mind touch that I always preach. No judgment.
No judgment.
Listen, like active listening.
Active listener.
And listen without expectations.
Beautiful
Trust in your body, because trust in your system, because it will always bring you to the truth and to
away from the
balance.
mind,
exactly. And gratitude. Gratitude is like you have to get up every morning and wake up and think, I'm so grateful because I'm still alive.
Oh yeah.
That is the first thought. And then you go into all the stuff that drives you mad, but then you always bring it back to gratitude. And if you have gratitude, so you don't judge other people, so in there comes forgiveness, and then you don't have any expectations, so and there you open the possibilities to wonderful opportunities. That's it.
What juicy life means to you?
Juicy life is feeling alive, and feeling alive with all the emotions. Juicy life for me is not only being joyful, it's being sad and enjoying it. It's being angry and loving it. And it's being anxious and just feeling like alive. That's the thing. Crying with your snot coming out and all over the place, and you think, I'm enjoying this. That is being juicy.
So who was that? That was Lourdes, and how can we find you?
Lourdes, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, but it's through Mind Touch Barcelona.
Mind Touch Barcelona on
.com.
Google. .com. Like together, Mind Touch.
Mind, like mind, touch, like touch, all together. Barcelona, because that's where I live and I love it. Even if I'm not from there, I still love it.
See?
Out with labels. .com. Yeah, you can find me there.
Cool. Thank you so much.
And actually, Lourdes Aldanondo, because I know my surname is very difficult, but if you go Lourdes, Lourdes, Aldanondo, Aldanondo. I'm here.
That was Lourdes Aldanondo for us to share with us the stories, the mind touch, the authenticity and the beauty of life, how the sky is holding everything what needs to be held.
Yeah, you're not the weather, you're the sky.
Yummy. And can you tell me, like, how is the conversation in the dolphin language?
Oh,